Hey guys, Rayne here, and this is a reaction video to a reaction video. Reactionception is crazy. A huge supporter of Knights of the Cross, named Sam, made a reaction video to the recent trailer that was dropped. He's very lucky to be a part of that trailer, very lucky to be a part of the project. And Sam made a very insightful video, which I will link in the comments section below. In fact, it'll be in the description of this video. But I just wanted to preface it so you all know what this video is about. This is me talking to Sam. Now, unlike other reaction videos, I'm not playing Sam's video and then pausing and reacting and pausing and reacting. No, I watched his whole video. I went crazy old school, took notes in a notebook, and then composed my own answer to his video. Hope you like it. If you do, you know what to do. Like, subscribe, comment, share, all that good stuff. If you don't, dislike, subscribe, comment, share, all of that fun stuff. In any case, we're going right into the video now. This is my response to Sam's response to the Knights of the Cross trailer that was dropped just a few days ago. Hope you enjoy. Hi, Sam. First, I just want to say thank you so much for everything, for all the support that you've shown to the Knights of the Cross film, to the possible TV series, for all the support, all the insightful questions and comments. Like, you know your stuff, dude. You know your stuff. I thought about, typing out a big long comment on your recent YouTube video, but I thought maybe this would be more efficient. So while I was watching your video, which I thought was great and I left a like, I took notes. No, the camera's not going to pick that up, but but here we are. I took notes and I filled a page and a half, so very insightful, incredibly insightful. Like I said, you know your stuff, and I appreciate that as a historical or reenactor myself. It's super refreshing, honestly, to see somebody pick that 2-minute clip apart the way that you did. So bravo to you, sir. Especially for like calling out the things that I knew. So here's the thing: we're making the goal is to make a TV show, right? A film, entertainment. And just like you, I love all the old movies. I love all the old Errol Flynn movies. And maybe where we split or whatever, because acting is like my dream. I still love even the bad ones, if that makes any sense. Like Braveheart is historically horrific. Like, it's just bad, but good movie. The Robin Hood with Kevin Costner and Alan Rickman, God rest his soul. The material, like you were talking about, is horrendous, but the story is great, and it was engaging and it was fun. When I started doing historical reenactment, when I started doing armored combat, and started learning more, it actually pulled me out of the movies entirely, because I couldn't watch a movie anymore. Once I went, so fighter brain and also historian brain, once I knew what a real fight was, that was detrimental to my movie going experience. And when I understood, history, that was also detrimental. What nowadays I turn off, or at least I try to turn off the fighter brain, and I try to turn off the historical accuracy brain, and then I can enjoy the show. With this, we are trying, or we were trying rather, because who knows if it's going to get made. I hope it does. I really hope it does, because it's a dream. It's an absolute dream, and I hope we can do it. Um, so anybody watching this, if you feel like you can support it in any way and you want it to come to fruition, we need all the help we can get. Goodness, I'm rambling. I'm sorry. My name is William Rayne. I was the stunt double for Bug Hall in the trailer that we shot. So I got to for 2 or 3 glorious days, I got to be Richard, which was pretty, like I said, dream come true. I mean, we were working 16-hour days. We were up before the sun came up. We were up at 4 in the morning every day. And then we filmed until we lost the light. Typically 8, 9 was March, so probably more close to like 8:30 at night. And then we had to tear down set. So that was another 2 hours on top of it. And then we would get back to the what we called the B and barracks, because we were all staying in one house. And when we got back there, it was another 2 to 4 hours of plotting the next day and figuring out what we could do to make it better. Sorry, rambling. Notes. Here we go. So the armor, you're 100% correct on. I'm not going to argue with you on that at all. You're right. Richard would have totally been wearing a fitted knee-length hauberk with integrated mittens. 100% right on that. Not exactly sure how much I can say, so some of this might get cut in editing after I talk to Austin and some of the other people that are in charge of the project. But for what we shot, the budget was microscopic in terms of filming anything. We were borrowing film equipment. We were providing all of our own armor as practitioners and competitors in armored combat. Much of the armor that you see on the camera is stuff that we own and actually fight in and compete in on a regular basis. We wanted it, the goal is to be as historically accurate as humanly possible. And that was our goal, even going out on this microscopic, like, this might get cut, but the stunt crew, we didn't get paid. They paid for our flights to get out there, and they fed us and housed us while we were out there. But the stunt crew made no money on this. I had to take a week off of work. I had vacation days saved up, thankfully. So I didn't lose money, but I also definitely didn't make any money doing this. It was entirely a labor of love. So anachronisms, we're sorry, right? But we wanted to make it as close as we possibly could while also showcasing real armor. So all of the armor that we wore, while anachronistic, is still real armor. None of the stuff we wore was Hollywood faked or plastic or anything like that. That was real armor that we all wear. Some of us competing in steel fighting, some of us in rattan fighting, some of us in professional jousting. It was all pieced together and brought together through all of our collective means and whatnot. In fact, I will show a picture that I sent to Kyle when he first approached me about this possible film. He said, listen, I need a picture of you in your armor, but I know it's super cool. Can you maybe not be as cool? Like, I don't know how else to say that. He was like, your kit's great. It's a little later period than what we're shooting for, and also you're not the main character in this film. So send me a picture of you in your armor, but make it for a movie. So hopefully I've got that picture, and I'll edit that in here somewhere. So I have a knee length chain hauberk, but the sleeves are not fitted, and I'm gonna get them fitted. It's just it's a money question because that stuff costs a lot of money. The standard kind of falls into that category. The standards that we're wearing, those are kind of sport optimized. They are definitely later period than what I would like to portray. You know, the chain collar that you see a lot of us wearing. Super sport optimized for the armored combat that we compete in on a damn near daily basis. So yeah, you're absolutely right. That's definitely a 15th century thing, but from a fighting standpoint, from somebody who fights all the time in tournaments and whatnot, that standard is amazing as far because for our sport we have to have neck protection, and that standard is incredibly comfortable. I have fought in the full coif and aventail, and as period and awesome as it is for fighting in competition, I prefer my collar. Surcoats. You were talking wool versus silk versus linen. Again, 100% spot on. The Richard surcoat was made by a friend of mine. It is 100% linen. And we went for the Three Lions knowing, like we knew at that time, Richard was most likely wearing the singular, like you said, Jaguar. We knew that going in, but we wanted to make sure that no matter what Richard was wearing in our little thing that we filmed, we wanted to make sure that he stood out against everyone else. That whatever he was wearing, it was the coolest thing on set. And so that is why he's wearing a chain shirt that's not long enough. And you're right, it's not long enough because that is definitely a 15th century chain hauberk that he's wearing with the brass. You're right, it was brass. The brass accents on the sleeves and on the collar and on the thighs. But we have a wonderful costumer who donated her time and her efforts, and she made the Richard surcoat, and she made the Templar surcoats. She made all of the cloth costumes that we were wearing in our garb is also a word for it. And we went with linen because it was more, well, for one thing, from a fighting standpoint, it breathes better. But also it's silk, especially for what we were doing, knowing that we could only have one costume for each principal actor. Like when Bug got out of the kit, I got into the same kit. We didn't have two kits for Richard. The kit that we had for Richard was just the kit. And so we knew it was going to experience a lot of rough and tumble because I was going to be wearing it. And that's not just like Bug did a lot. Bug did an awful lot of his own stunts. He really did. And credit to him. He told me he wants to learn how to fight, like actually fight, like what we do. So we had to make it out of something that we knew we could beat up, that we knew we could, get thrown, tumble down a hill, all that stuff. We only had the one costume for Richard, so we had to make it out of something that wasn't that we weren't worried so much about ruining. And so that's why it wasn't silk. Again, this is less than a shoestring budget. So that's why we went with linen versus silk for Richard. Um, you're again absolutely right. He would have been wearing the absolute best of the best. So yeah, you're right there. Budget is a hell of a thing. Um, Heraldry on the surcoat, again, absolutely correct. Uh, it's just it's a film. It's entertainment, and we need to make sure that the audience knows who Richard is at all times. So again, the three lions on his surcoat, that would have been a later period thing, but we wanted to make sure that everybody knew exactly who the king was. Uh, Polished helm. So the helm that we are wearing is used in uh, competitive armored combat. All of the armor that we were wearing for the shoot was armor that is used on a regular basis in actual full speed, full contact, competitive armored combat. Um, and like you said in your video, Richard's on campaign, and in this particular scenario that we're shooting, he's not with his full regiment. He doesn't have his full armor with him, and so we just kind of leaned into the fact that okay, it's okay if it's banged up a bit and not as shiny as it should be. Um, and also it's what we already owned. You know, we didn't buy any. We didn't. There was no budget for buying armor or weapons for this particular project at this time. All of the weapons and armor are already owned by all of the stunt performers that were on the film. The cross on the chest versus the shoulder or the breast, again, 100% accurate. We had the one costumer who was donating her time to us, and to make things easier on her, we just decided to go with the one pattern. I will say though that the cloaks that you see, uh, the cross is more right breast, shoulder area on the cloaks. The surcoats, easier to read on camera with the big red cross on the front. Standardization, again, spot on. And that was something that we kind of leaned into and we're hoping for like some forgiveness from the audience on, because standardization, when modern people think of a military, everybody's wearing the same thing. That it's a uniform, right? Well, back then it wasn't so much a uniform as a your best effort kind of thing, because like you said, all the clothing was made custom for whoever was wearing it. So there you go. Budget, again, absolutely shoestring. I won't give you the numbers, um, but again, none of the stunt crew, none of the Wandering Sword project made money on this trailer. And hopefully, I mean, if you watched, I know you did. I saw you commenting. You watched the behind the scenes interview on the Real Crusades channel. You know, it was all put together, shoestring budget. We didn't make a profit on it. It was all our own stuff that either we already had or people were donating to us because they really supported the project. Oh, here's where we get to the fun bits. Historical grappling, yes, we want to do that, and we want to do it more. We The way film works necessitated us slowing down Richard's wrap and kill, right? You pointed that out. But film kind of necessitated us slowing that down. Bug's amazing. He's fantastic. He's one of the greatest people I've had the pleasure of meeting, and I hope I get to hang out with him again sometime. But you got to understand, he doesn't fight in armor. Uh, I have 17 years of armored combat experience. Cecil is something like 18 or 19. He got a year or two in on me, you know. So we what comes as like just natural to us for somebody who's never worn armor, let alone fought in it. Bug did an amazing job. But to make sure that we captured that moment and that shot on camera and that it translated to camera, we had to slow things down a little bit. I hope and my hope and my hope is that it translates well and it looks exciting and is accurate. That's my hope. That's all of our hope. Our hopes are to make the most historically accurate Crusader TV show that's ever been. But at the same time, we also do have to make it exciting, and we have to make it readable on film. So I have 17 years of actual competitive armored combat. I also have 5 or 6 years of choreography experience, and the differences there they're really fun. I'll tell you that they're really fun, and working with choreographers that also know how to fight is even better. The trick is taking those real moves and doing them in such a way that it translates onto camera and is exciting for the viewer. So that's our goal, and we're hoping that we can do it. Again, we need everybody's help. Spear, again, 100% right. The spear is the go-to weapon, and if this thing gets funded, you're going to see a lot of spear. You're going to see a lot of spear. You're going to see a lot of lance, which, as you said, is just spear on horseback. That is definitely going to feature very heavily because spear is the weapon. The swords, while much cooler and much more fun and much more exciting to watch on film, in actual history, the spear is the weapon. You know, that's the primary. Your sword is your sidearm. You think about modern military, soldiers carry the AR-15, the M4, right? And then they have on their hip a sidearm. It used to be the M9, now it's the SIG, whatever. But that's not your primary weapon. The sword's not the primary weapon in battle. But it's more fun to watch. And honestly, it's more fun to fight with. For me, anyway. See, Kyle will tell you that the spear is superior in every way. He definitely has the superiority when we're talking about fighting. I did focus my 17 years on sword and shield. He's a spear god, Kyle. So the spear will definitely be featured. I'm sure of it. I can't even read that scribble. You Tapestry. Oh my God, yeah, 100%. We're gonna pull from that. In fact, I'm hoping to at some point be able to buy from Albion Swords the Bayou, their Bayou sword, because the dimensions of it are 100% exactly what I actually fight with when I'm competing. So I want to get one of those. I have the Templar somewhere around here. I've done sword videos. I have the Albion Templar, and it's gorgeous and awesome, but I think it's definitely a cavalry sword. It's much longer. Still absolutely beautiful to cut with. Albion, please sponsor me. Okay, cool. I think I've run out of my notes. Sam, I just want to say that seeing your comments and I've been in 1 or 2 of the interviews with Jay, And seeing you show up in the live chat is always just an absolute pleasure. You are so knowledgeable and so awesome, and I thank you so much for all of the support that you're giving this. I'm really hoping that this can get made. Um, and not just because maybe I might get to work on it, but also because I think it's just, we can do it. We can make a more historically accurate film, TV show, and I believe in my heart of hearts that it can still be entertaining and it can still reach people and it can still bring more people into studying this amazing section of history, and maybe get people interested in doing martial arts on their own as well. Budget wise, right? The Christian channel has set a goal of $1.5 million, and I just want to. They said it in the interview, so I feel like this is okay to say. The pilot that we shot had a budget of $30,000, and all of the stunt team and our Wandering Sword production crew, uh, we were compensated for our flights and our food and our lodging, but we didn't make any money off of it. And we had, through friends and whatnot, the other guys, the crew, a lot of people volunteered their time for this pilot. We were using, at least one of the cameras there was worth more than, let me just say, like, if I had the money to buy that camera, I could pay rent in my apartment right now for the next 10 years. Yeah. Yeah. And that was lent to us, donated to us, so um what we did with that $30,000, I'm really incredibly proud of. I think what we were able to accomplish was amazing. 1.5 million sounds like a lot to me and to anybody else that's middle class. um but when you talk about making something as ambitious as this project, I just got to say it's still insanely ambitious, like crazily ambitious. Just to give you an example, one episode of, let's say, Game of Thrones, one episode of that TV show is, you're talking the 60 to 80 million dollar range for one episode. For one episode that doesn't have a lot of CGI, for one episode that's not battle intensive, for an average talkie episode, you're talking 60 to 80 million dollars. So 1.5 is still, honestly, for the goal we're setting for ourselves for 6 episodes, that's absolutely minuscule. But what I'm hoping, and what we're all hoping, is that people will see what we were able to do with nothing, and then maybe fingers crossed, prayers said, maybe we reach our goal and we get that 1.5, and then see what we can do with that. We're hopeful. We're hopeful. I read the comments and I look at everything, and I can tell you this. I can tell you that every single person involved on that shoot out in California, every single person was pouring their absolute heart and soul into making this thing and making it as best as we could possibly make it. And if it comes to fruition, if we meet our goal, I can promise you right now that that work ethic, that same drive will still be there. And God, if we have an actual budget to work with, I just can't wait. I can't wait to show you what we can do, because I think you're gonna love it. I think you're gonna love it. I'm hoping that our love for the project is gonna carry us through. So Sam, again, I just want to say thank you so much for all of the support, for all of the advice and this video that you made. You've got a new subscriber. But anyway, I'll just close saying again, my name is William Rayne. You'll hear the other guys call me Mike. William Rayne is my stage name, and I use it because, you know, if I ever actually do make it, I just don't want to. There's a lot of danger involved in what I do. And if being in the public, I just don't want to bring my family into it. You know, good. I love my family so very, very much. And there's a lot of bad that can come with being even semi-famous. Not saying that I ever will be, but I was a Boy Scout once upon a time, and always be prepared. So yeah, William Rayne. I like it. It works. And if you Google search William Rayne, you'll only find me and like a few doctors or something. So it's a way to separate professional life from personal life. But I'm here if you ever want to talk. And thank you so much. And I love you. And Knights of the Cross, hashtag Knights of the Cross. I hope it happens. Like I said, we need all the help we can get. And we will deliver above and beyond. This is a true passion project, and we want it to happen. We want to give everyone exactly what they want. So we appreciate all the support we've already had, and we'll be undyingly grateful for any support in the future. Sam, you're amazing. Everyone else, be excellent to each other. William Rayne, signing off. Bye, guys. Bye.